That makes some sense. As we have the Lovers Duo for the bottom side of the map, Ruler and Duro on the Xayah Rakan into the Lucian Melio. I don't like it. I think you just kind of get slapped.
Does not proc another electrocute there. He almost was able to. That would have given him an opportunity to be more aggressive. As Chovy is doing the world tour.
Yeah, a little bit of a justice.
Pass on a potential steal. Doesn't have level 6.
Yeah, that is not going to be the steal from Canyon. He's going to have to safeguard his way out.
Yeah, but in the world, so you give Peyz Lucian, you walk out 300
Wait,
gold.
someone might die. Okay, Kiin's just going to flash, but Oner with the flash follow. That's incredibly slick. Kiin does manage to buffer the CC from the ultimate. Keria comes on over, gets himself an assist, and that is Oner that picks up T1 the tempo in order to be able to go for this. As in goes Oner, Grand Entrance is going to be used by Duro to get himself out of there, as Chovy is going to be the target. Shockwave comes down on top of him to interrupt the heroic entrance, and out he will go.
All right, well, it's an ult for ult there, but the second one wanted to join, but they can't really get access, so it's going to get a bunch of damage done. Now Doran is the target.
All right, Doran taking a lot of damage here. Quickness comes down. There's the charm. Grand Entrance there as well. Good Q is going to connect there from Canyon, and Duro was tanking up the turret.
They should be able to get out too. Peyz and Keria coming over.
All right, Q going to land there from Canyon. Remember, doesn't have the kick. Grand Entrance comes down. It's a lot of damage, but onto Canyon first. They focus him down. Kiin is here. Oner's flagging and dragging away, and will be able to help lock down at the remaining kills here in this fight. Peyz tanking up this turret a little bit too much as Kiin very low. But this is not all that diveable, even with 3 people.
No flash, no ult. I don't think he can get a punish here. Peyz wants this.
He will have a shield back up again, and he's dashing around, just knocks out Peyz. We knew it, we saw it, and they went for it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching this thinking, Kiin is ready to heals from Keria, and I think thought he had enough health to survive. We'll now see Kiin, Doran TP down to try to catch Kiin, and Kiin...
He's going to try and teleport away, but it's not going to work. He just gets flash nod.
This is a silly,
down he will go.
This is a silly set of 2 items. They have Soul Point coming up here in 90 seconds. I don't think Gen.G are anywhere near a position to contest.
Whoa, 2-man Shockwave does come down here as Ruler. Pretty late on the Featherstorm, will eat the damage and then go up into the air, putting that on cooldown. Doran in the bottom lane also grabbing first turret blood.
Yeah, they lose the race for first.
As Faker is making sure that it's always in a dangerous position. Will Canyon connect the Q? He does. Not able to steal away the Drake, though. There is a public execution. They get on top of Oner, and there's a heroic entrance onto 3 for Chovy, who gets into this backline. Doran able to peel for Peyz quite nicely, and down will go the Galio. It is a trade, but Oner for Chovy, I think you'll take it as T1, especially as they get Soul Point at the same time. And now they might even be able to claim more. Kiin gonna have to try and dash away from this, but I don't know whether it's quite going to be enough. Tries to utilize these Raptors, but the relentless pursuing of this Lucian.
And the thought process
to take the kill
here must have been for Gen.G. Like
this parity might have been able to hit that quest a little bit earlier, perhaps, for Ruler, but still. We'll see whether that silver lining is going to work out here, because 1.2 thousand gold is not exactly the end of the world. Hextech Soul is, especially when it's on a Lucian. He'll be able to just, electrocute people, and it's just going to not be a whole lot of fun. So T1 in 3 minutes time, approximately, will be in a very good...
When you're in that big death ball, if you get slowed, it really hurts your ability to continue to fight. And so Hextech Soul will be so, not strong necessarily for T1's comp, but strong big fight, and maybe a catch on to Faker.
Let's see. Faker often is caught in sides like this, but often they do get the cross-map plate. Nice 2-man Shockwave is going to come in. And there is the Winds of War, so down will go the Orianna. I don't really see too much of an answering play here, though, for T1. Wilson, behind enemy lines. That movie is getting older and older every time I make that reference. And now I imagine there's people who are younger than that movie that are watching here. As, okay, teleport comes in from Doran. The Grand Entrance will knock him up. Chain CC is decent, but the Shockwave is fantastic as well. Public Execution does nothing to get Kiin out of that one. And Ruler's just going to have to run away. The kick to get Peyz out of the fight, as there's the flash from Canyon to try and keep him alive. 30 seconds until Hextech Soul and Gen.G are melting at the hands of T1.
Very easy cleanup here for T1. Gen.G now on the back foot. Dragon spawns in 20 seconds. Chovy does not have teleport. Kiin will have entrance. It's just so crazy it could work.
Well, let's see. No Dragon Rage kick. Peyz going to get over here as now Kiin just trying to dance on in. It's going to be the Hextech Soul going over to T1. And now Kiin not fully committed to that fight, but they will just lose the soul. And I just feel like we haven't seen Gen.G find the team play.
This is a greedy play from Gen.G, but they know they are in a tough spot. They can get away with it. It can put them back in the game.
Yeah, Baker is able to throw that orb over the wall. They do get the idea as to what's going on here.
5 seconds on that shockwave.
Yeah, teleport coming in from Chovy, gets into heroic entrance range. There is that Hex Tech Soul doing a bunch of work, but the culling is not going to find the mark, and the Flag and Drag also goes wide. Fire kick, not hitting too much either. So T1, they will stop the Baron, but they will not punish Gen.G too much for it. As Gen.G are now finding themselves on a pretty awkward part of the map. Now Ruler's getting chased down by Baker. Shockwave gets the Feather Storm.
Big win.
Trade of ultis, but I think you're very happy as T1 to have that layer of safety removed from the Xayah.
They've got so much control over these choke points as well as the slows to play through.
Oh, there's a Gnar onto Kiin as well. He's just cataclysmed. Dunked down by Oner, and they should now be able to move over towards this Baron once again. Kiin up in 43 seconds. This Baron is going to be long gone.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant play from T1. Baker walks up to 3 people and gets Ruler's ultimate. It looks like a low-value shockwave if you just watch that small instance, but when you look at the grander picture of the Hextech Soul, the lack of vision for Gen.G, the fact that
going up against T1, I'm like, as long as you like ban Faker's Orianna, like you won't look silly, you know? Because that is the most important thing to do against T1. I thought that Gen.G might have a plan, and as it turns out, they didn't. Kiin is going to get shockwaved here. He went to try and find his ultimate, but Ambessa can't really do that very much anymore. As Canyon's going to get locked down. There's the kickback onto Oner, but it's only to get them out with relative safety. Justice Punch is a great answer here, but Chovy's response is death, as Peyz is going to lock down that kill. And T1 should be just cruising towards the Nexus here to pick up their first win of this best of 3. Gen.G going for a last-ditch attempt here, but without Chovy, it's so difficult to defend against T1.
A game that only really had that one blemish of Fakers getting picked in the top lane, otherwise just domination here.
Yeah, and Ruler going to be taken down here. Featherstorm not even able to be used. Great chain CC out of T1. They shut Gen.G out of this from minute 1, it felt like. And with one Baron, they'll destroy the Gen.G Nexus and see whether they can pick up their first victory here on... Yeah, and okay, so I think it would also feel really good for Shen to play into the Jax. I'm not entirely sure. Of course, Shen does like to auto-attack as well, so undefeated on this Varus that hasn't played it all too much, as now Oner could be in a little bit of trouble here. Steals away the Wolf Camp, and Duro's going to make his way in. Oner without flash is just going to get taunted up and destroyed, and that is the proactivity that we've been looking for from Gen.G, but Faker is also going to get on in here, seeing whether he can push them away. Keria taking a lot of damage as Ruler throwing the bombs around. And now Peyz should be able to execute him. Picks up the kill. All baited there beautifully. And Duro went for the play here.
Out of control. And Doran is behind as well. But this means
a Realm Warp.
This is such a bad game state here for Gen.G. Chovy might be able to make a play, though.
Yep, does find the stun onto Faker. He's ghosting. There is a Varus making his way down the river, though. Chains of Corruption goes wide, but Cease and Desist cannot actually go wide. Chovy's going to pick it up.
This is kind of risky here for Gen.G. Keria's here. Doran's also collapsing.
Chovy moves over a control ward. They get vision absolutely everywhere. There is a secure on the blue buff, but it's a decent taunt to land. Still, there is going to be that great Crescent Guard. Still he goes down. Doran gets in there. It's a massive counter-strike, but where's the follow-up? Faker is now in there, but he's put into the Glacial Storm, and Doran is put into the ground. Flash over the wall. Faker is going to get taken out. Duro misses the taunt, but it doesn't seem to really matter. The Twilight Refuge keeps him alive for a little while, as now Kiin has rotated over and Peyz goes down. It's a triple for the Gen.G 80 carry who comes from the top lane. Quadra! And just like that, they can see a game 3. It is coming, as there is the Drake secured. Chemtech Soul this game as well. Not exactly the greatest of Chemtech angles, but still will be valuable. As Duro looking to try and stop Oner here, who has just permanently been counter-jungling in a game state that's been kind of weird, to be perfectly honest. They get into the Crescent Guard, or at least they try to. Kiin not quite able to get a lot of value there, as Keria just trying to play some defense. They're waiting for another Shadow Dashes. In goes Duro, but he doesn't get the taunt. Still Kiin. He's able to grab his 5th of the game. Faker now trying to run away. He's got the Ghost. So running is something he's pretty good at, but the cease and desist comes down, the stun to follow up, and Keria can do nothing to help out the play.
First set of advantages that I did not see coming after what happened in the early game.
Yeah, I would agree. Faker is now once again in a whole lot of trouble. The chain CC is coming on through as the Glacial Storm will be up again. But it's not going to be Faker dying this time around. Keria might be in trouble though, as Oner is already over here looking to try and defend their mid laner. But the wall comes down. Oner is punched over it, so Canyon kind of saves him there momentarily. Wind becomes lightning over towards the Krugs, and Oner will be able to at least keep himself alive.
Keria does not want to ult here to save him, wants to hold on to that. Will not have to use it ultimately. Like you said, because Canyon gets him over the wall, and so Keria gets to hold on to that really important encore. Doran is trying to do a thing with Peyz.
Yeah, Peyz is going to show up here. Faker is there as well. Kiin is extremely dead. Mega dead, some would say. And so he is just going to have to wait. A
side like this with 3 grubs is massive for T1.
Yeah, and this gold lead is going to really disappear. As now Faker is also probably going to disappear. Canyon's going to show up, does manage to get the kill. I thought maybe he'd just grab himself an assist. That doesn't happen anytime at all to make sure they can grab the answering objective, and there it is, secured here by Oner.
I don't think they can defend this mid turret at all. They were rushing back towards it after taking the dragon down, but instead they're just going to send Doran into the sides and let this turret go. Just too much pressure here by Gen.G, especially with Canyon here. He's even going to get an additional charge. Gen.G were able to maximize value, knowing that a contest for T1 would have been an opportunity.
You just have to like see the potential and get the heck out of there. And if you are the Seraphine, it can be very dangerous. It's now Duro just going to be able to get himself out. It is going to be the flash over from Oner, who does find the wind becomes lightning onto Chovy. True Shot Barrage connects as well. And there's the Rune Prison taken down to the egg. Let's see whether the damage can come on through. The Encore, fantastic. They take out the egg, but at what cost? As Oner and Doran both fall in the pit. Kiin is going to break his arm guard. That might actually keep him alive, as Ruler is controlling space in this river. A 2-for-1 in the end.
I mean, Faker is basically healing people with his items right now. He's letting Gen.G have the dragon. Faker's getting money. I mean, he needs it desperately. They just need to stall this game out. That's really their best bet here. And so Canyon gets dragon, but they're not opting in for a fight.
And Faker's definitely not going to be using it. Does Ezreal have one? I don't think so, but there is definitely a Varus one and a Vi one. But now we've also got a very dead Oner, as Gen.G utilizing Duro's ability to get anywhere on the map pretty effectively here, but in the delivery, Duro in position, the Encore goes completely wide, but Duro is going to be taken down, left on his lonesome, and Chovy, it's a great stun onto Doran to avoid that counter-strike, and now he's just kiting them around. Another stun comes in. Peyz will find him though. The Arcane shift forward, it's a decent dodge, but it is not enough, and Peyz is going to be able to get his revenge. A second death here for the Anivia.
He knows Chovy is really ahead, and maybe didn't even trust his own damage there.
All right, Cease and Desist does come down here. Mega Inferno Bomb is going to push back the Jax, and he just blows up. Chovy able to grab himself an assist, which I wasn't actually assuming was going to happen.
Dragon. The fact that Doran has TP is really valuable here.
They onto 2. Ruler and Kiin taking a lot of damage here. They do need to be careful. Look at that wall, plus the Glacial Storm and the 2-man stun. Still, T1 are going to be able to walk over it. Duro taking a lot of damage. And there is the Encore flash. But Canyon able to get himself out of the way. They get themselves the crab, but Canyon going to go down to the GA so early. And in goes Chovy, trying to be in the Crescent Guard to make something happen. Canyon should get taken down here. It's Peyz that gets the shutdown. Kiin goes gold, and Oner is over the Glacial Storm and out of trouble, as it's a double for Peyz. At full health, he's going to pick up the 3rd one as well. And Ruler not going to be able to do anything about this other than kill Keria from half health.
And let's see if he can get out of this one. I don't think so. Nice try with the satchel, but Doran is just going to slap him on the back of the head. And down he goes, and now it's T1's Baron. T1, incredible. Played through Faker and sides, was all accumulating for one hopeful team fight, one hopeful moment. They got it. They've got a gold lead now in this game, and maybe they could still get the 2-0 here despite playing against the Gen.G home crowd.
And also, despite Gen.G having such a massive lead for so long, Duro takes a lot of damage from another one of these True Shot barrages. And we're seeing the power of this Ezreal that has been a big problem all week long. Canyon looks for the angle towards Peyz, though. Mega Inferno Bomb. Can they kill him? That's the question. And the answer, ladies and gentlemen, is no. not yet, as down goes Canyon first. Crescent guard for Oner, and T1's War Machine is rolling over Gen.G. It looks like that 2-0 you were talking about is a little more imminent than we even expected.
Yeah, they're just going to push this bottom lane where everybody's here. They've got the wave, they've got Baron, and Gen.G could not hold on to the lead. They had such an advantage. Kiin got a quadra kill in the early game. Faker was 2,500 gold behind, but it just doesn't matter. They bide their time, they play a slow control game, and on the Baron, the objective that matters, they get the win. They get another win on the bottom side. Push to end, as Peyz is protected by Keria in that moment.